Hi, my name is Jacob Perkins and I am the owner of Hens Bread Productions, and I'm making this video because I want to create a blog post about criticism. And one of the best ways that I can talk about criticism is the criticism I received on my most recent work that is going to help my business. I created an ad to kind of just showcase some of the products. It's something I want to do because I felt like my website was a little stale with the photos, and I just wanted to add that experience, what I can do for the customer, because I felt like there was a lot of times where I had to explain or win myself over when I know I can deliver great quality work. So I created a commercial for my business, Hens Bread Productions, and I reached out to some people that I trust, that I know that are going to tell me their opinion and how to make it better, not so much focus on what would make me happy. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to play both ads, and then we can just talk about how criticism would help the project. I'm going to play the demo, and then I'm going to play the original. When I started working on it, there was things that I knew I needed to make better, and a few of them include just the beginning. You know, like I wanted to make it seem as if there was a conversation of who is the best videographer in town, and it started as a question or a thought, and then talk out loud, like who is. So in order to do that, I created a speech bubble. It's pretty simple. And then I wanted to make that transition from the black wall to the footage sliding in at the same time as when the piano or the organ starts playing, just to make it flow. So I made the speech bubble transition at the same time as the footage, and I thought that was good. It was a little subtle thing, but it's what I want the viewer to experience. I want them to really question who is the best in town. Let me answer it. Hens Bread Productions. Also, a couple minor things is I added sound effects. I wanted to you see this guy working out, you can't hear him working out, but you see him working out, and that's a problem for me as an editor and a videographer. Is I want you to feel like you were there. Even though it's subtle, I do put a couple dumbbells going off just to show you're in a gym. So little small thing. One thing that I do for my clients is I make sure that if it's appropriate, I'll put my title card in the front with a hen or sound going off, just because hen's bread, right? So it kind of makes the sound associate with the image. I didn't have the sound in the original. For me as an artist, is I want to be consistent. I think that's the most important thing. And I made all the text black and then with a white outline. He suggested keeping it white on this instance and putting it in black as the outline. And I love that criticism, because that shows like, hey, you know, it doesn't necessarily, it just needs to fit. It doesn't need to, it's need to be that way, right? One thing that I'm really happy that I did is I spent time developing this 5-star review. I wanted to animate the stars in, and I wanted them to pop at the same time. I wanted to give that special effect of how receiving 5-star reviews is it is important to me, because I want the customer to feel happy for what they bought. And I, as a consumer, I take that, like, if I'm not happy with what I bought, I gotta make, something's gotta happen, right? Like, I gotta return it, or I gotta let the person with the product know how to make it better. And so I wanted to give that sound effect it's special, and then I wanted to deliver how it was unique. It wasn't just 5 stars on a screen. They slid across and then they popped at the same time. That was something that I had to mess around with a little bit, and I'm glad I did. That's something I know I would not have wanted to do on day one of editing. That would have drove me nuts. That's why I think it's important to sleep on whatever decision you make. We're going here. This is something that's really subtle to me, but I didn't do it for the first one. The text just comes in, and you're just like, all right. Well, if you notice on the we let us make a music video, it has a sound effect. It transitions and flows really well. Well, I thought it was empty from this part to that part. And one of the things that you do, just add a sound effect. Of just super easy. I love doing that. Super fun. And then we're going on over to, now this is really subtle, but I'm just going to say it for the sake of the video. Now, let us film your sporting event. What is so subtle about this part is that it didn't line up with the hockey puck coming in. You, as a viewer, might not notice it too much, and it's still not perfect, but it's where I'm happy with it. Basically, it bulges the music video part out, and up comes the sporting event, and it comes up with a hockey puck, so it sounds like it's being slapped in. I think that goes really well, but I had to spend some time just to change around the timing of it. So when I edit, one of the big things for me is I want to make the transitions smooth. I want to make the viewer to have a great experience where they don't have to work hard to enjoy it. And I did notice that I would like maybe squint or blink during that part because it just didn't click, and then just fade in right here, and then we splice up the audio just to give it that length that we needed to do for for adding that time. I got some feedback on a project that I thought was complete, and it turns out that there was a lot that I could have done to make it better, and just minor things. And what I want the viewer to walk away with for this is to know that when I get a project, I treat it the same. I want you to I want to turn in something that I enjoy. And I enjoyed the bones of it, the demo, and I just knew I could make it better. And that's what I can do for you, is I'm always going to do something that I like doing, but if I see how I can make it better, I'm going to make it better. Just to increase the customer service. And how I do that is there's a few people that I reach out to that help make that better, whether it be with wording, if there's text, or if there's something that maybe is a little too long, it's a little too short. And the criticism is so important to me as a business owner, because I only want to get better, and it would be crazy for me to assume that I know everything. So the purpose of this is just to show, hey, Hensbread Productions, we take criticism to heart. We try our best to implement it into my projects, your projects, and at the end of the day, we just want to enjoy the media that's created with Hensbread. So yeah, if you watch this, thanks for doing that. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you later.